Years is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls, and it's up to them to buzz in and tell me what or who they think came top. Here's your first one. Most disappointing holiday destination.
Leatherhead.
Costa Delamitri.
Lovely.
Oh.
Is it Dusseldorf?
It's
You
not.
always see, you know, the EasyJet have those flights on Ryanair to Dusseldorf. And you think, why would you want to go? And if you say, I'm taking you on a romantic weekend, where to? Dusseldorf.
I think it's anywhere where England's barmy army are when you get there. Spain especially, because I don't know if you've been there when there's been a football match on and they're all on the streets going, Champions, champion. And all the Spanish are going, that's mushrooms.
OK, come on, most disappointing. It's between Spain and France.
Andorra is between Spain and
Andorra is the correct answer. The most disappointing holiday destination. This is from a That's Life magazine survey from last year. Most frequently told lie. Simon.
It's been great to have you on the show.
I must have downloaded it by accident.
It could be you.
Or is it, I won't come on your cat?
Most frequently told. It's more obvious than that. It's something that is often said by men to women.
like a donkey.
Something like... You
don't look fat in that.
Yeah.
You are exactly right. The most frequently told lie is you don't look fat in that.
Well done, Richard. Brilliant.
If you look, we've got the top 10 here. It's, of course, you don't look fat is number one. These were only £10. Second most. The bus was late. I've got a headache. I've only had one drink. That dress looks good on you. The check's in the post. You look 10 years younger. You're wonderful in bed, and I love you. I think over the course of one weekend, I've used all of those. This is from a poll by Yours magazine from last year. Hardest thing to open?
A spearmint rhino in Kabul.
I think there's a market for it, I'll be honest.
Yep.
You go in there, pay your money. Oh, she's got beautiful eyes.
Is it the front door when you need a poo?
I shall tell you, surprisingly, the most difficult thing to open is not a West End musical. It is, in fact, bleach bottles. But considering the fact that kids can't get into an orange, why are we worrying? Winner is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls, and it's up to our teams to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. Most embarrassing thing that can happen to a girl on a night out.
Is it being given a handful of ping-pong balls, shown the stage and said, hey, the show's about to start?
I met a girl in Thailand that could do that. I still won.
Is it shouting out, I want babies, by mistake?
It's bad on a first date.
That's quite bad, isn't it?
While walking through a hospital.
Is it ending up in a taxi with Darren Day?
That's a taxi ride home. That's a long-term relationship for me.
I reckon it's falling asleep on the submarine and waking up in the Ascension Islands. That's looking through the porthole. That's a bad night.
Is it at the end of the evening when you've gone back to... A whole load of you have gone back to a friend's house and it's all got a bit boring, saying, well, it will shave all our hair off. And then being the only one that does it, but actually not minding because you think that when they feel your hair, they're going to go, all the boys are going to go, oh, that's so soft, it feels like a little chick. And then actually, when it's done, your hair is so coarse and rough that it feels like a beard, you know, and you've then got a beard on the back of your head for 4 years, and no one will go out with you. Is it that, or is it being sick in someone's mouth?
I think the thing about people are so shameless now, it's very, very little that can embarrass people. Like a couple of 100 years ago, it'd be like leaving your glove in a gentleman's carriage. Shame.
Is it eating somebody else's donut? I took my wife out and I went and got a place in a cafe and she went and got 2 cups of tea and a Kit Kat and then she carried them back to the table and we sat down there and we were chatting and the guy opposite, right, he got a Kit Kat and he opened it and he ate a piece like that and we both went like that. So she got his donut he was having like that, went like that. she had some jam on her nose, right? And I went, some jam on her nose. So she went in a bag for a hanky, and her Kit Kat with her. Quite embarrassing.
It's something that might happen to you in a toilet.
Is it toilet paper coming out?
I'll give you that. Yes, the most embarrassing thing that can happen to a girl on a night out is getting toilet paper stuck on her shoe. Next one. Least popular musical instrument.
Is it George Michael's horn?
Is it the haunting sound of the panpipes? You know, when you're shopping and you just hear that... Do, 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 do. Shit, is there anybody left in Peru?
Is it the communal nose flute?
No, but it should be.
It should be.
Is it a kiddie fiddle?
We've got to watch you, haven't we? It's an orchestral instrument.
Oh,
Is it the oboe?
The oboe is 4.
Bassoon.
Bassoon, yes.
Oh, well done. How do you know that?
The least popular musical instrument is the bassoon. The word for someone that plays the bassoon is a bassoonist, a word you might use in the sentence, will someone tell that bassoonist to shut the fuck up? OK, best way to be happy.
Eat a banana sideways.
Is it to get your own theme tune? So you're just walking down the street and somebody plays it behind in the background.
It's more of a theme noise.
My granddad used to say, I'm as happy as a dog with a tin dick. Mind you, if he saw a girl he liked, he used to say, I know what she wants, 2 cakes and a bun.
Is it repeatedly shocking yourself in the head with quite powerful electric current?
You do seem very chirpy.
Is it getting to the toilet just on time? Blokes leave it too long, don't they? Because you're trying to find something to read. You're walking like Douglas Beardy, your colon's going to rip, but you can't find anything to read. Oh, Bella, thank you, God. One with twins separated at birth, found each other 65 years later, wearing the same cardigan.
I think I may have to tell you this one. The best way to be happy is having a genetic propensity towards happiness. And the winner is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls and surveys. It's up to them to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. UK's most endangered animal.
A unicorn. Because I was just thinking the other day, I haven't seen one of them for ages.
What about a dragon? I only say that because a mate of mine put an advert in Loot for advertising a dragon for a laugh, right? And this bloke phoned him. This dragon, is it like a lizard thing? He went, no, it's a proper dragon and everything. He said, oh, like one of them iguanas, big iguana. No, it's a big 20-foot dragon. Oh, you mean like one of them kimono dragon, one of them big ones, them kimono dragons? No, it's a proper 20-foot, breathes fire, all that. He went, oh, I better leave it then.
Is it Smurfs? I've always worried about the long-term future of the Smurfs, because there's only one female Smurf.
Yeah, but she's a slut.
Is that the right answer?
No, it's not the Smurfs. I'm going to have to tell you the answer. It's the water vole. Water voles have difficulty reproducing because they can't get it up while Bill Oddie is watching. Kids' favourite thing about summer.
Is it that their knives glint in the sunshine?
Is it fishing for sticklebacks and then making a fat kid eat it? Stop crying! Eat them!
Yes, it's a great answer. Yes. No, clearly not. You're mental.
I don't think there's anything better that reminds me of summer than setting light to a barn. Then standing back, admiring my handiwork from a safe distance while the farmer ran around frantically with buckets of water.
It's somewhere you don't have to go.
Not having to go to school.
Correct answer. Kids' favourite thing about the summer holidays is no school. Surprisingly, only 1% of kids said their favourite thing about summer was eating ice cream. I guess once you've tasted methadone, Gino Ginelli can fuck off. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Most common cause of stress for priests.
Is it the devil?
Is it someone's cut the brake lining on their motorbike, and they're going down a hill, and they can't brake, and they're heading towards like a brick wall. That's quite stressful.
Is it concealment of homosexuality, of which I know nothing?
Sexual frustration.
That's the correct answer.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
What's the name?
Yes, the most common cause of stress for priests is celibacy. That and the fact they miss Hollyoaks every Sunday. Celebrity who most often features in Brits' nightmares.
Jimmy Savile.
I had a terrible dream once where I saw Doc Cotton in a catsuit.
Is it the bloke from the Worthington original, lads?
You mean Werner's original?
Worthington, yeah.
Worthington's original. You're like my nan.
Worthington's originals. Give them to kids. They love them. My grandkids were so pissed.
Is it getting in a taxi and Richard Hammond's driving?
I imagine after this week it'll be David Guest, won't it?
David Guest and Michael Jackson coming after you for body parts.
I'm dreading it. And I've got to ask, is it me?
No, it's not you. You're in people's dreams. Yeah? She used to be a page 3 girl.
That'd be Jordan.
That's a correct answer. Yes, the celebrity who most often features in Brits' nightmares is Jordan. She started her modelling career by sending pictures of herself to a London agency. It wasn't much, but it was a tit in the door. And the winner is the name of our final round. Who's your first one? Grandparents' most annoying habit.
Turning up in a porno film.
You haven't.
Wetting themselves.
Is it dying just as you become addicted to their heart tablets?
My granddad had narcolepsy. He'd fall asleep all the time, and when we were kids, me and my brother would wait for him to fall asleep on the couch and then go upstairs, get changed, and then pretend he'd missed the day. Wednesday night.
My granddad used to drive a black cab, and he used to say to me, yeah, I drove a cab through the Blitz. And I always say to him, yeah, it's great, Grandad, but I'd be a lot prouder if it had been a tank. And I thought, who's hailing a cab during a bombing raid?
Oh, it's when they go to, like, do you have Costco here where you can buy in bulk?
Oh, we have, yeah, we have cash and carry.
They're 85 years old and they're buying 18 jars of mayonnaise, and you're going to go, why? You're not going to make it through the checkout counter.
I'm going to tell you the answer. Grandparents' most annoying habit is they use emotional blackmail to make you visit them. I would visit my gran more, but I can't remember where we left her. OK. Worst fashion mistake for men.
Mobile phones on belts. Absolutely 100% the worst is when people walk around with a mobile phone on their belt and they're not an electrician.
Short shorts and low testicles.
When a bit of brain comes out the side of a bikini bottom. That is a low.
Is it like a blue corduroy suit and like a green and blue stripy shirt with bits of cream, like there, and like your hair combed over, like to one side, like the 40s?
Yeah.
That?
Especially you've got a face like a pumpkin.
What do you think of Frankie and Sean's outfits? I say outfits, it's just their clothes, really.
Outfit. Yeah, go for us. Rip us to shreds.
I think you both look very attractive, and I'm very looking forward to going in the green room later.
Well, I think we look like a shop window at Specsavers, don't we?
Got classic, but socks and sandals.
Correct.
Yeah. That was so obvious.
Yes, I can tell you the worst fashion mistake for men is socks with sandals. As a fashion statement, socks with sandals says I'm either a teacher, a German, or a Surely the worst fashion mistake was shooting Gianni Versace in the face. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here was your first one. Britain's most ridiculous law.
Is it Jude Law?
It's not Jude Law, it's not Sod's Law, it's not Murphy's Law.
Is it Sod's Law?
No! I love that. Murphy's Law.
There's one for pregnant women, isn't there? That they're allowed to ask a policeman, if they're in a public place, that they can urinate in his helmet.
Does he have to say yes, or can he?
He has to say yes.
You have to. You're allowed to pee in his helmet.
He doesn't have to put it back on afterwards.
He does have to put it back on slowly, going, harump.
I think that it is a law. I hope someone else has heard of this. That you can kill a Scotsman in Nottingham if he has a bow and arrow.
Sorry, when you said I hope someone else has heard of this, have you killed a Scotsman in Nottingham? It's a place where you can't die.
A place where you can't die?
Yeah. There is a place in England where it's illegal.
I know this. It's you're not allowed to die in the. Is it the Parliament? Houses of Parliament?
That is the correct answer.
Yes.
That's a true thing. Britain's most ridiculous law is it's illegal to die in the Houses of Parliament. Another strange law is pregnant women can urinate anywhere they want. Great news. I think my nana's pregnant. All right, world's most disappointing tourist attraction.
There's one just outside Middlesbrough, and it's a butterfly world. And the thing is, it's like a humidified environment. So I walk in, and my glasses just steamed up.
Yeah, that's what happens with butterfly
It's completely
world,
steamed up,
yeah.
and I freaked out. I went, ah, ah, ah! And I killed about 12 very rare species.
Auschwitz. The rides are shit. I'm Jewish, it's all right. I think that means I can say it.
Is it?
I think so.
Is it Blackpool? And my dad used to drive us. He's got narcolepsy, my dad. He'd get in the car, he'd drive, right?
Yeah.
He'd get in the car and he'd go, right, lads, if you hear this noise, wake me up. And you'd be driving to Blackpool, you're like, Dad, I'm all right, I'm only winding you up, I'm only up. You get there, you're like, I don't want to go on any rides, just sit in yourself. It's horrible.
He's gorgeous. Hasn't put me off him at all. In fact, he falls asleep. In fact, it's made it more attractive. I can't wait to get my hands on your sleepy dad.
OK, world's most disappointing tourist attraction.
Is it the Eiffel Tower?
You're absolutely right. Yes, the most disappointing tourist attraction in the world is the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is the most pointless erection since I went on a date with Martina Navratilova. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Best way to make a woman feel beautiful.
Lying. Lying through your teeth.
I would say tell her. That's the best way.
Very good
Not
answer.
so.
Tell her.
Tell her.
I think you said towel her. She's just finished a round in the box. You just towel her. Go on, go out there. You're beautiful. Go out there. Beautiful, go out there.
Is it sneaking up to a window at night and trying to get her attention by gently tapping it, and then when she looks at you going, you're beautiful?
I'll give you a clue. There is a Glaswegian variety.
Glasgow kiss. Is it just kiss? A kiss?
Hit butter.
Kiss is exactly right, yeah. Sport most likely to give you an injury.
Cockfighting. It's got similar rules to fencing. But you don't have to wear an helmet.
I know one. Volley anvil. That's me.
Oh, the Olympics just got better.
Sorry, it's just because I don't know what the sport is. I know it's not swords, but you know that. What is it that they're throwing?
Javelin.
Javelin, that's it. Is
Not
that
swords.
No.
Sword throwing is dangerous.
Let's give it back!
Sword throwing.
Yeah, what about 3-day eventing?
3-day eventing?
Yeah.
I've thought of a way we can cut the accidents by a third. 2-day eventing. Sport most likely to give you an injury.
Is it football?
You're absolutely right. The answer is football. Joey Barton recently broke a leg and an arm. I'll teach the bloke to look at him funny. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Most desirable place to live in the UK.
Chuntry.
Cown. I'd like to live next to a landfill site, right? Because when you finish your dinner, you can just go to your back garden and just scrape it over the fence into the landfill.
Is it Alton Towers?
That's a
How
good
would
answer.
that be? Just before all the queues got there, you could go on Rita as many times. Well, that's the ride, isn't it? But, you know, all the...
I'm going to say, and this isn't because I do the adverts on television, I'm entirely impartial, but I'm going to say Wales.
No. No, it isn't.
Northampton, Medal of England.
I think it's either Cheddar, Wensleydale, or Stilton. But not Leicester, don't like that. No flavour.
Is it Cornwall?
Cornwall.
Cornwall is the right answer. They got it first. Yes, the most desirable place to live in the UK is Cornwall. Getting to Cornwall is easy. Straight down the M4, then the M5, then it's the A roads, then bam! 6 hours later, you're nearly there. Characteristic that most defines Brits.
Binge drinking. And also going to other people's countries and thinking that they quite like us binge drinking there. And then, while we binge drink in other people's countries, mistaking people not being able to understand English for them being deaf and stupid.
I try to communicate through patio furniture. I just throw patio furniture across piazzas. And I hope that it lands in a way that suggests chicken salad.
Yeah, we drink for everything in this country. We drink to celebrate, we wet a baby's head, we toast friendships, we warm a flat.
Just bought a new spanner.
Hey! Oh, no, it just occurred to me that we haven't mentioned tea.
It's got to be tea, yeah.
It's got to be tea. Oh, who was it that said they like tea more than sex?
Boy George famously
Boy George.
said, I prefer tea to sex.
I prefer tea to sex. Yeah, well, if you're invited back to his house, so would I.
Is it negativity? We're very negative people, British people.
No.
We are very negative. Is it the, if British people landed on the moon, we wouldn't have put a flag up. We put a little sign up saying, caution, uneven surface. In China, they have fortune cookies. The equivalent in this country with a pie with a gas bill in it.
Is it building people up and then knocking them down? Susan Boyle went from being, you know, a sort of nondescript old woman to the greatest singer in the world and back again in the space of a week, and everybody was saying, oh, she's forgotten her roots and having a go at her, and just because she'd had a few wheelbarrow loads of hair removed from her head. And, you know, we clipped our dog's eyebrows the other week. It doesn't make him Elton John.
It's the most British thing. It's the thing that we talk about most.
Weather.
The weather.
Correct. Yes, the characteristic that most defines Brits is an obsession with the weather. Whenever we have a heat wave, old people are told to stay indoors, and that's because they don't look good in bikinis. This July, the pavements in London were hot enough to fry an egg on. Yeah, I'll have mine, dog shit side up. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. What is the poshest sport?
Quidditch. Because it's not only posh, like, played by posh people, it's expensive as well. Those, like, flying sweeping brushes and that, they're like 45 quid second-hand, you know what I mean? And who wants a second-hand one? You know someone's died on it, so...
Poshest sport?
Gotta be the equine sports, dressage.
Oh.
Dressage. Who did dressage at school? Who did it? I mean, we keep on saying we've got... Exactly. Who went to school and the teacher turned around and said, listen, kids, got PE on Wednesday. Don't forget your pony. If you don't bring your pony, you got to do it in your vest and knickers. Like that.
Yeah, what happened? Is that the one where they just walk around showing off that they've got an horse?
They got a horse that can dance.
Yep.
They've got a horse that can dance. It's like sort of quite... It's like,
Do you know,
it's like that, but with a horse.
It's called...
That is good as
Actually.
The winners!
Is it powerboat polo? You've got one of those big power boats and a stick. And a little ball, obviously one that floats.
That's what we want to go with, Jim.
You're sort of half right, Sean.
I think the polo part was the right...
Is it polo, Jim?
Polo's the
I know,
poshest game. Come on.
What's a polo?
I can tell you the answer. The poshest sport, according to the survey, is polo. Jim, you got it right. So polo is the poshest sport, but bottom of the list is playing slapsies with Kerry Katona. OK, top thing that would improve football.
G-strings.
G-strings?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd love to see those guys running around in their little G-strings. That'd be quite entertaining.
Come to my dressing room afterwards. You're feeling frisky and you want to see some mantees.
I think they should get rid of red and yellow cards, definitely, and replace them with purple and green ones. I just prefer those colours. Most of the managers are Scottish, and when Scottish people say purple, it's quite funny, isn't it? They go, purple. Alex Fergus, I'm furious about that purple.
What about if the ball had a sensor in it and a little speaker that every time it got kicked, it let out like a painful scream?
That's
Video technology.
Is exactly the right answer.
Sorry, I was trying to get some points.
Yes, the top thing that would improve football is video referees. If they're going to improve football, I think they should make radical changes. They should have less players, and instead of having the nets at either end of the pitch, they should have them in the middle. And instead of kicking it, you should be allowed to handball it, but only with a racket. I suppose what I'm saying is, I like tennis. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. Most useful thing for humans to evolve.
What about a database so you can remember every conversation you've ever had, like women have got?
I think it'd be good to have seasonal hair. So, like, in the spring, it's quite sort of, sort of spiky and fluffy. Then as the summer, it gets longer and longer. And in the autumn, it starts to fade away. And in the winter, you're totally bald until next spring again.
No, you want it to be loads of hair in the winter, keep you warm, and then...
No, not if you live in Australia, Jason.
You're right, you got me there.
Most useful thing for humans to evolve.
Etch-a-sketch skin. So you can have all the tattoos you want, then when you don't want them... That's fine.
What's quite good about that is how it would work.
Do you mind, I might do that mime on Mylene.
Yeah.
I'd like a little drawer back there.
Why?
A little drawer, because I don't like carrying stuff in my pockets, sitting down. So you just have a little drawer, go, put your keys in, bits and bobs.
Bendier limbs. I've bendier arms and they serve me very well.
You've got bendier arms? What do you mean you've got bendier arms?
I have hyperextended arms.
Let me have a look.
And they serve many...
Can you do anything else that grosses me out and also turns me on at the same time?
My legs slightly do it, but I'm not showing you.
You are. Most useful thing for humans to evolve, it's something that you wouldn't have to worry about damaging yourself.
Knife-proof skin.
Bulletproof skin.
Some crabs can do it.
Walk sideways? A shell?
Pincers. Like that. Like that.
Tastes delicious!
I don't think you're going to get it. The most useful thing for humans...
Tusks? Is it tusks? You can just go... I would love to have tusks, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I think we grow
Can you
legs.
grow a leg or an arm?
Oh, regrow limbs!
That's the right answer.
You needed it. You got it.
Yes, the most useful thing for humans to evolve is the ability to regenerate body parts. My girlfriend can already do that. Every 2 weeks, she regenerates her moustache.
You bitch.
You look a bit like an 80s lesbian, don't you?
OK. Top person Brits would like to clone.
Jedward.
Pretty sure that's already happened, hasn't it?
Kerry Katona. Katie Price. Same thing.
Colonel Sanders, because once he goes, that recipe's gone forever.
Or what about Lady Gaga? I'd love to do that, just like, not so unique, are you now, love? Hundreds of people running around in meat dresses.
Very low cut, that meat dress. You can see her bangers. Thank you.
Not finished.
I'd clone myself. And I could go out drinking with myself. But what we do is we wouldn't actually have any conversation because we'd know what we're both about to say, so we just go... we just do this, keep going... Yeah, come on then.
Can you give us a sign now, just in case, next week on the show, you clone yourself in a week, and there's two of you sat there, and both of you going, no, this is my chair, I sit here, and you're arguing.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little sign now so I know it's definitely you and we don't kill the wrong one? I'll look out for that.
Warm, cheeky smile I've got?
Yeah.
I'll make a note of that. I'll write down turtle face. OK, I'll give you a clue. It's a sir, and he's very fond of animals.
Sir...
Very polite.
Willy Wonka.
David Attenborough is the right answer.
Willy Wonka.
Yes, the top person you'd like to clone is David Attenborough. David Attenborough has created hundreds of memorable moments, like when you're watching a nature show with your nan and two animals start fucking and she turns to you and says, I miss your granddad. And the winner is the name of our final round. And this is your question. Top thing Brits pretend to know about.
Although it's Brits, if it was British men pretending to know, it would be their way around girly bits.
Their way around girly bits?
Because a lot of men don't know.
Like Jedward fans watching this, they're not like know any of this type of stuff going on.
They won't know anything. They won't know what's going on.
Any of our fans watching this can't close their ears.
Have you guys had sex?
Have you two had sex?
No, they had sex.
Oh, no. Oh, with someone else. Fine, fine. You can ask that. Well, let's ask you in a nice way. Have you got girlfriends?
No, not right now.
Couple of volunteers.
We have respect for girls.
We actually have so much fun. Like, everything we do, we have so much fun. Like, you don't have to, like, drink or smoke to have fun.
Yeah, but you just go like that. Wow!
Babies do.
OK, top thing British people pretend to know about.
They pretend to know about politics.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
The top thing Brits pretend to know about is politics. I lost interest in politics when I found out a stimulus package isn't what I thought it was. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Top reason people are jealous of their friends.
I've got a mate who works at a Marmite factory.
Yeah.
He's always the talk of the town, so...
Some people love him, some people...
No, we all love him.
So I'm jealous of is Joe's beard. I can't grow a beard.
Me neither.
I can't. And if I in 2 weeks, I just look like a sort of really old tennis ball. Patchy and bits there. I mean, you could just probably knock that out in a couple of hours, can you? Yeah.
You're looking at that through rose-tinted glasses, though, because Joe can't go to playgrounds, for example.
I've got a mate who lives right opposite the station. You can see the trains coming in.
Living the dream. Living the dream.
I've got a mate. You're going to hate this with a padlock on his shed. I'm jealous of my friend who can get 82p up his foreskin.
I can beat him. I can put a pound down there.
Are you jealous of any of your friends?
I can't get up in the morning and I'm just a really lazy person.
I'm jealous of her for not having to get up in the morning. There you go. Sleep until midday, lovely. We there?
Really lazy.
I'm jealous of anyone with a foreskin. That was different. That's not you. I'm not.
Out of me.
You were, though. You'd be the world's #1 tranny, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah. You would be an amazing tranny.
Yeah.
So you've got to have a dream.
See, this is it. I just don't know how to talk to women. I would never think to say that to a lady. You watch it done and you think, oh, yeah.
A woman say, you're so beautiful, you'd make an amazing trout.
It's slightly ironic coming from Tim, I think.
Yeah.
You have slightly the demeanour of the world's worst.
Yeah, I just always forget to shave.
No, here's the world's worst. I can do something which will make you all jealous, especially Joe. Look, I can do this.
Whoa! Forget Joe, that's amazing! Is that the Olympic symbol? What?
Joe.
Yeah.
He's just trying to make sure I know.
Look at the amount of people in our audience currently going...
Do you start from the little one and work forward?
If you've just tuned in, we've gone mental. OK, so top reason people are jealous of their friends. I'll give you a clue, it's a really superficial thing.
Yeah, it'll be money or having a hot girlfriend, boyfriend.
Hair's not far off.
Hair, looks.
Looks.
Noses.
Long arms.
Long arms.
Skinnier is the right answer.
What?
She got the right answer. Skinnier. Yeah, that's... Apparently the top reason people are jealous of their friends is because they're thinner. Victoria Beckham's so thin, she's got to be careful when she has a bath, because if the water's too hot, she could turn into stock. And the winner is the name of our final round. And here's your question. The worst thing to say to someone who's just been dumped.
Aw, well, at least there'll be no one there to see you crap yourself when the baby's born.
You're going to take the question literally. The worst thing to say to someone who's just been dumped is...
What's going on there?
Well, I'm just saying that's the worst thing.
That's pretty bad.
If I went to somebody and say, oh, she's lonely left me, and they just went... That'd be pretty bad, wouldn't it?
I think it would distract me from my heartache.
I think the worst thing to say to somebody would be, too bad, because that was probably your last shot.
There's a level of sincerity in the way you said that as well, that someone would just be crushed.
That's worse than the...
The worst thing you can always say is just the truth. Just say, well, you know, statistically, you're probably never going to find true love. At best, you'll find someone willing to just see it out with you. But it's not to say you'll be happy. Someone might stay with you, but you'll probably never be happy. You'll grow to hate each other. Or, never mind, you might meet someone at the clinic.
Have you ever dumped anyone?
No. Actually, no, I have, actually. I had a girlfriend when I was 13, and I had to dump her. To the tune of, I'm sorry, I'm gay.
To the tune of, I'm sorry, I'm gay?
Yeah, it's one of the scripts, apparently.
That is a good... Could have been worse. You could have gone, I'm sorry, I think you've turned me gay.
It's worse if it happens during.
Sorry, she did say, my last boyfriend said that too.
Did you say, have you got a number for him?
If I'd known that's a brilliant way to get out of relationships, isn't it? If I'd known that. I mean, the trouble I've had trying to extricate myself from relationships in the past. One woman I was with for a while, it's very hard just to leave, isn't it? I just moved out one thing at a time. I'd take a teaspoon. One day she's going, where's the pepper grinder?
OK. Worst thing to say to someone who's just been dumped. It's to do with your physical appearance.
Because you've got no genitals.
It involves food.
You're too fat.
You've got a cock like a carrot. Your breasts are like 2 pork chops.
I don't know, you're overweight.
I'll give you that. That is near enough. Yes, the worst thing to say, according to the survey, to someone who's just been dumped is, maybe you should go on a diet. It's much better to say there's plenty more fish in the sea. Well, there were, but it looks like you've eaten most of them. With chips. The winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Sexiest celebrity chef. Heston is a very acceptable 8th. 8th? This is just on sexiness.
Heston would be the most interesting to have sex with, wouldn't he? Take your clothes off, I'm going to go and dip my cock in liquid nitrogen. That's it.
Be multi-sensory banging.
Put these headphones in. Something spectacular is going to happen, and I want you to be able to taste it fully. Now, Heston, you're renowned for cooking unusual dishes. These are all genuine dishes. OK, just talk us through some of these. Tell us what Sound of the Sea is.
OK, so the dish looks like the sand with sea vegetables on top, different types of seafood and seaweed, and with the sauce is frothed up, so it's like the waves lapping up against the shore. And we serve that with an iPod tucked into a seashell. And on the iPod, we've downloaded the sound of the waves lapping up against the shore and the odd seagull.
So it's like a fillet of fish from McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Now, this is not the only unusual thing you cook. Mustard ice cream.
Yep.
That's not really taken off, has it?
It did put that into the supermarket.
You put that in the supermarket?
Yeah.
Oh,
What was a trick?
Calf's brain custard.
Yes, that's for a TV show.
Was it any good?
Actually, calf's brains themselves don't taste so much. They're very creamy and pasty.
Yeah, I think it's a waste of a calf's brain, making custard out of it. I just like it raw, straight out of the calf's head.
Was that like a boiled egg?
Once you eat half of it, he calms down. I don't really do that.
OK, so sexiest celebrity chef. Who do you think? Who do you find the sexiest, Hannah?
Jamie Oliver.
Are you like a man with a big tongue?
Do you reckon his tongue's bigger than mine? I've got a pretty big tongue.
I don't know how we got into this conversation. I'm so glad we did. You've got a big tongue. Where's the... Show me... That's a pretty big tongue.
Did you just say, you've got a pretty big tongue, where is it?
Yeah.
I'd like to think it was Gino De Campo, because I get told I look like him. The Italian thief. Hey, I cook the pasta, I steal your things.
Heston, you must have met some celebrity chefs in your time. Who do you think sexiest?
Yeah, loads. You looking at me, Jimmy?
No, Heston. I did say Heston at the beginning of
Why
that.
are you looking at me, then?
What, because you just said, are you looking at me?
Was it...
I stared over there. That seems perfectly natural.
Well, I mean, make your mind up. Who you asking the question to? You asking Heston or me?
When I said Heston...
There's no point using his name and then looking at me. You're still looking at me. Stop looking at me.
This is like a fight in a pub. Are you looking at me? Who are you looking at?
Captain Birdseye. Is he a sex celebrity? He's sexy. He's sexy. You haven't got a choice when you're stuck on his island. Yes, you are sexy. Yes, you are sexy. I want to get on the boat. I want to go back home. Don't like the island, Captain.
Who's the sexiest, do you think?
Lorraine Pascal.
Lorraine Pascal is number 3. You just... Hang on, we mentioned her name and you just went...
Oh, I heard that...
Well, there are some sexy chefs, but people don't know their name to put them in a poll. Sophie Michelle's quite sexy, isn't she?
She was John's dinner lady.
There was a really sexy dinner lady at my school. I used to... Oh, well, now. I used to cycle outside her house and just sit there trying to look sort of wistful on a bike. I was trying to seduce a woman about 4 times my age, just on my BMX like that.
She probably thinks, didn't eat all this semolina. The guy in my school had an affair with the dinner lady. He had an affair with her. Went on a narrowboat holiday with her.
They probably picked a narrowboat because it's most like a school canteen, so she stood at the window cooking and he had to walk past anything.
That's the closest they can get to it. Like, he's on the bank and she goes past from the narrowboat. Mashed potato into a trip. She goes, see you at the bridge. Nigella's always going sexy, isn't it? She's got that show Nigelissima, which sounds like a yeast infection. She's always going... she might as well just go, like, I'm just going to plot one in a trifle. There you go.
It's Nigella, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, the sexiest celebrity chef is Nigella Lawson. You're very right. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a proper joke. Nigella's so hot, she cooks everything on gas mark 4. Proper joke. Yeah. OK. Most annoying thing about sharing a house.
Oh.
That's your specialist subject,
Yeah.
Jesus. If anyone needs to be anywhere in the next half hour...
It's me, innit? It's genuinely me. Trying to live in a house like, tin foil, well, I'll buy it then. It's buzzing around like a little bee. I'm a penis to live with.
I did see your documentary on OCD, and you did look annoying.
I saw that show. I thought it was a bit of a mess. All over the place. I really like it.
Have you been sitting on that joke all summer?
Yes.
Totally worth it.
Thanks, dude. He said that. So West Coast then. Yeah. Totally worth it.
Yeah, cowabunga, Sean. Most annoying thing about sharing a house, what do you think?
I think the most annoying thing is when your brother drops a knife on your foot. That's pretty annoying.
Yeah, I maybe think that's in a higher bracket than annoying.
It's all right. It's all right because I can't feel my feet, so it's all right. But
The most depressed I've ever been was my flatmate was loudly having sex while I was downstairs washing up the 2 champagne glasses that he'd just drunk from.
Sounds like something from John's life.
I hope you shooed them upstairs as well. Now, I need to do this washing up. You go.
When I went to visit my dad, he and his girlfriend had one CD in his bedroom, and it was the soundtrack to Cats. And he ruined one of my favorite musicals, because when they would bang, they would just drown it out by playing that music.
It's a horny soundtrack as well, isn't it, Cats? And they all say, oh, well, I never a cat so clever as magical mess.
I don't like sharing a house. I don't even like sharing a bag of crisps. You know what I really hate? This is my sort of John's laminate thing, is, you know, when you're in a pub and you're sitting there and you buy a bag of crisps and someone just opens it on the table like it's a Hindu wedding or something.
Yeah, you know, Hindu weddings.
We know they have
with
all
the
the
crisps.
food as beautifully arranged.
You know, with a Hindu wedding, with the crisps.
Just have some crisps, they're my crisps, I want to eat the crisps. They go, come on, it's a banquet.
Most annoying thing about sharing a house?
Tidying up after people.
That is the right answer. He was always going to get that. Yes, the most annoying thing about sharing a house is cleaning up after lazy housemates. Another annoying thing is when you hear your housemates having sex and you get that horrible feeling of cold glass against your ear. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Most annoying thing couples do? Well, let's go to our specialist on this, John. What is the most annoying thing that loving couples do?
It's when they finish each other's,
sentences.
What pisses me off about my male friends is they, because couples is great, isn't it, when you're in a relationship, but then men feel this obligation to pretend she won't let him come out, when really they just don't want to say to their mates, I'd rather watch a film and shag.
Yeah.
And listen to you moan on about your life. But they go, yeah, I'd love to calm down a boozer, but she won't fucking let up.
Yeah.
Just say it. Your relationship is better than your friendship with me. I'll take it. I don't give a shit.
Thing is, John, they're not even watching a DVD or having sex. They'd just rather not go out with you.
That's a lie. That's a lie. They are watching a DVD because I'm watching through their window. You can change your plans, but I'll still be there, whether you know.
Is it when they get captured by Somalian pirates? That's annoying. Oh, God. How long's this going to drag on for?
And they're away for months and they want to whip round and... Oh.
You're a couple. You don't go round the Horn of Africa. What are you thinking?
What do you think, Joe?
They're quicker on pedlos.
What do you think, Tina? Most annoying thing couples do?
Lie to each other?
It's not annoying, is it? It's essential.
So you're newly married, right? You've been married less than a year.
Yep.
Do you ever get the sense you're annoying other people? When you go out to dinner in a restaurant, do you talk to each other?
Yeah.
That
When we
annoys
go
me.
out as a couple, though, he can't get a word in edgeways. He's quite quiet.
I'm like that with my husband.
Oh.
He can't get a word in. He's in the hotel at the moment, hungover.
He's in the hotel hungover?
Yeah, it was my birthday yesterday.
Right. And he drank through that, did he?
Sure he did, sure. What really annoys me about couples is when they don't refuse to put an offer in on any of the villas in Place in the Sun. And Tom and Tina have decided not to make an offer on any of the properties we've seen today. I just watched you look at 5 properties. What was wrong with that kitchen? You can paint it, you stupid bastard. You're wasting everyone's time.
What do you think, Chris? What's the most annoying thing couples do?
Ask you to join in.
No, they do not do that.
Not let you join in.
Correct.
Is it argue in public?
That's the right thing.
Yes.
Yes, the most annoying thing that couples do is argue in front of other people. My dad had an amazing technique to avoid arguments in our house. He left when I was 2. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Hardest job?
How much is working in a sour cream factory? No, like checking that it's off, but not too off. Ugh, yeah, that's all right.
I think the hardest job must be the little man who has to sit inside the ATM and push all the money out.
Hardest job? What do you think the hardest job is, Tess?
One of my hardest jobs was doing live kids' television and not swearing. Every time a kid kicked you or vomited on you, or, you know, we had one football game, Eat My Goal, and you get slammed in the face with a football live television, like, shh.
I used to work on a stud farm as a tour guide.
Oh, for a second now, I thought that is the worst job.
Yeah. No, that's what they have to do. There's the penis cleaner. There's the person who has to guide the horse penis into the mare. So that's a tough one as well.
And was that... I mean, did you know the person that did that job? What job did you have?
He didn't do it to me. He did it to the mare.
Did you do that? Did you do that?
I had to bring American tourists round while they watched this.
John, what do you think the hardest job is?
I imagine Alex Ferguson's wife is having a tough time of it at the moment. He's pretty much had 30 years where he's never in, and now he's just sat on their couch like it's the bench at Old Trafford. Just, switch it! Switch it! If you want to change the channel, Alex, you can do it yourself. Spitting all over their living room floor.
Is it head of wasps at London Zoo? It's a thankless task, isn't it? I'm head of wasps. Feeding time's easy, just empty a bin in the cage. Is it head of wasps?
It's not head of wasps, no.
Daily Mail reggae correspondent. I'm head of reggae at the Daily Mail. No?
The company that makes Jim Will Fix It badges is struggling.
Is it police nurse? Because they're both difficult jobs. Imagine if you had to do 2 of them at once.
Police nurse?
The police nurse.
Police...
So you hear policemen like... Oh, you're not feeling very well. Police nurse. Police nurse, mum. We were saying mother's most difficult job in the world, isn't it?
Sean, take that back.
Rather than welding and a North Sea oil rig.
You get a lunch break on a North Sea oil rig, don't you?
Don't get a break if you're a mother, though, Sean.
Yes, you do. It's the whole job's one long tea break. It's just a long tea break.
Have you stayed at home all day with a small child?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Have you fed it from your boobs?
I think it's quite an easy one to get. It's regarded as a very difficult job. Teacher. That's the right answer. Yes, the hardest job is a teacher. All the teachers at my school were very strict. I remember every Monday morning I had to give the deputy head. The winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. Top secret to a long life.
Be as awkward as possible.
Be as awkward as possible?
Awkward as possible, yeah.
think that too.
Do you think so?
Yeah, my one surviving granny hates everything and everyone, and I think that's fueling her.
Fueled by hatred.
Yeah.
How are you awkward, Carol?
I'm not, actually. But, listen, I work with Janet Street Porter. I know about these things.
Henning, what do you think for a long life?
I don't know. Don't invade Russia in the winter. No, the key to a long life is have realistic ambitions. If you try in life and become something you can't, you're just not destined to, then don't try and go for it, but just lower your expectations and your ambitions. There's nothing more... If people...
I don't know if that's ever going to be a Disney song.
I didn't express it in a very catchy way, but I think we could rap it. Like, do not have too high ambitions, everyone. Oi, listen.
I don't know if you've heard rap music or just someone with a speech impediment.
But that's the key, isn't it? If people think, oh, I wish I was an astronaut, forget about it. You'll never be an astronaut. Don't set yourself up for disappointment. Just have realistic ambitions. OK, in all probability, I'll end up working somewhere in middle management. Of course you will.
Simon Cowell thinks he's harsh, but this guy... I'm not even going to break your dreams. I'm telling you, don't have dreams. What do you think, John?
Dance like nobody's watching. It's what's kept me alive all these years.
I don't want to give it away, but this would suggest you've got... I mean, I'd give you half an hour to live.
Don't drink a lot on your own. Don't play darts on your own. Don't watch Home Alone more than once a week.
It's to do with mood.
Stay happy.
That's the right answer. That's the right answer. Yes, the secret to a long life is being happy, which is why Chris Martin might now live forever. OK, final question. Most unattractive habit. What do you think?
Is it saying would of?
Alan said it would have. Yeah, would have. Should have.
I don't think that beats using the cat's litter tray.
It's so much more convenient. It's right there in the kitchen.
Have you got a cat?
No, I just like to shit in a box. Fern, any unattractive habits?
Just remembered I pulled this guy once and I brought him back to my flat for a pump and I pulled back the sheets and there was a loaf of bread in my bed.
Oh, my God, it's like a Scottish man's dream.
Brush the crumbs to the sides. Make yourself at home, son.
Oh, Mr. Darcy. Most unattractive habit. What do you think, Phil?
Well, I've just been filming my secret agent series, going around helping people who haven't figured out they actually need to clean the house in order to sell it.
What's the worst thing you've seen?
There's an awful lot of kind of pet poo. I've seen an awful lot of that. I've seen a kitchen where the cat had weed on the floor so much there was a hole in the floor. It was rotten. Sex aids. Seen a few of those.
What, just lying around the house?
Yes.
For the estate agent, this room would be ideal for masturbation. Henning, any annoying habits?
What I really hate is when people tell me about their unrealistic ambitions. Harebrained ideas and plans for the future.
I want to be a comedian, Mutter. I want to be a comedian. Mutti. I want to be a comedian in England.
I would have never, ever bored my parents with plans like that.
Really?
You do it, and then you tell... I'm a comedian now in Great Britain, and yeah, good for you, well done.
I imagine somewhere in Germany there's like a map of Europe and there's like a cardboard figure of you and someone's going, we are going to push Henning into England.
Yes, we're putting you undercover as a comedian. Will anyone believe that? No.
You reckon I work for Berlin from here?
Yeah.
What sort of information will I have gathered here this evening that would be of any interest or significance to anyone back home?
Well, don't be like that, Henning.
The most important message you can take back home is, we haven't forgiven you.
OK, most unattractive habit.
I think, Jimmy, one of the most unattractive habits is when you're talking to a man and then he's just looking at you and not actually listening to what you say. So then when you ask him a question... then when you ask him a question, he says, pardon?
What?
The German people will be very pleased to find out about this.
OK, most unattractive habit.
Picking your nose.
Yeah, picking your nose.
Picking your nose is number 2.
Spitting.
Spitting is it. That's it. John's got it. Yes, the most unattractive habit is spitting. People from Belgium spit a lot because they're Flemish. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Brit's favourite guilty pleasure. What do you think?
This is when you let someone else's cat come into your house. And you feed it, and you stroke it, and you pretend that it's your cat.
It's a child, isn't it?
OK, is it when someone has tied their dog up outside a shop and they've gone inside and then you have a really good stroke of their dog and the dog looks at you with big eyes like, I love you, but you think, I can't steal you because you live with that other guy?
Just buy a pet.
I'm not allowed. I rent in London.
What do you mean you're not allowed a pet?
I have a no pets contract on my flat.
I had one of those. We bought a cat. What are they going to do?
Is that a true story?
Yeah. It's not much of a story, I'll be honest with you.
Jimmy lives by his own rules. You think I'm dangerous? This guy's on the wrong side of the tracks. If you are interested in a pet, I'd be very happy for you to look after my tapeworm.
OK. Brit's favourite guilty pleasure, what do you think?
I've really got into coconut water, is it that?
I love it when you discover a new thing, because it's like...
I really like it, I feel like I shouldn't.
What's your guilty pleasure, Christian?
My guilty pleasure is probably ringing the BBC viewers' calls line during BBC News and saying, you're shit.
John, what do you think?
Well, people don't feel guilty enough, do they? Let's be honest. If people felt less guilty about the shit they like, then stuff would be better. But most people's take... Like, X Factor is popular, and music is shit, and food we eat is shit, and we don't feel guilty about it anymore, do we?
OK.
OK,
I mean...
Put your hands in the air! John's rapping.
What's your guilty
I think it's when you're sitting on the toilet and you know you've got the toilet roll and it's got one bit is slightly lower than the other bit, you know, because it's 2-ply.
Someone's doing well.
2-ply. What you're meant to do is take the top bit over like that. Do you do this at home? And then you get it, and then they all measure up and you rip that bit off.
No, but then you get out of sync.
No,
because...
no.
Why are you shitting in the sink?
You know, you said about your wife splitting up with you after 2 weeks. I think you might have moved a bit closer.
She won't see this. She's got school in the morning. She's a teacher.
As if a teacher would go out with you.
She's a teacher. And she's got a master's.
There's a man that knows he's punching above his weight.
Definitely.
Well played. Any other thoughts?
Watching Jeremy Kyle.
Well, you're very close with that.
Shit TV.
Is it, yeah, reality TV or something?
It is reality TV. That's the right answer. Yes, Britain's favourite guilty pleasure is watching reality TV. The great thing about reality TV is it gives you the opportunity to compare your life with the people on screen. I was watching Embarrassing Bodies the other day, laughing to myself, thinking, you call that a freakishly enlarged testicle? Jog on. The winner Is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Biggest teenage regret?
Pregnancy.
I mean, it's not, but it should be, shouldn't it? Thomas, as a teenager, you were in This Is England. You became a film star very early on.
Huge regret. Gutted.
So how did that affect your teenage years? Did you do normal teenage things, or did you just go, I'm a film star, don't worry about it?
Never, because my dad would have knocked me out if I had that attitude.
How old were you when you were in This Is England?
13, and I was 14 when it came out.
Right.
But then now, as soon as it finised, I went back to school.
How did you manage to go to school?
Well, so when I was younger, I was never in school because I was...
From Grimsby?
So yeah, I was never in school. But then after I did This Is England, I sort of got my head screwed on a little bit. And then I went back to do years 10 and 11.
Had you done any of the years leading up to years 10 and 11?
About 2 days.
Right, I imagine it was a huge surprise to you.
Yeah.
Hang on, World War II? What happened to World War I? What's going on? Fred, what were you like as a teenager?
A bit wild.
You were wild? Tell me, what was the wildest thing you ever did?
Oh, just partying, you know. We were at catering college, we were at boarding school, and we used to sneak into the school and go and steal food inside the kitchen and have party, come back with lots of camembert and lots of stuff and drink it.
This is the equivalent of me going, I love potatoes. Potatoes, potatoes, potatoes. We stole camembert and we went crazy and catering college.
Your definition of wild is
I was
so
a wild
different.
child. We raided the tuck shop. Wild.
I feel like my biggest regret is like not developing a YouTube channel where I make fun of people who do like nothing and being a millionaire by now.
Where did you have your teenage years? Because are you out of New York or?
No, I grew up in Southern California. So like I was just like, everybody was like blonde and pretty, and like I was fat with Eric Cartman face and like glasses, studying, being like, one day they're all gonna pay, and like nobody's paid.
But what's this thing about these people calling themselves a YouTuber, an Instagrammer, a Twitterer, a Facebooker? I mean, the other day I got an email for work and this girl say, I'm an Instagrammer, I've got 30 Instagrammers friends and we want to come and have dinner, can we have a table? And I said, you can't, yeah, you can come, you can book, but they didn't want, they want it for free.
How much are your chips?
£6.
6 quid for some chips?
Oh.
Fred.
Hold him back, hold him back.
6 quid for some chips?
Yeah, but they're good.
How do you sleep at night charging £6 for chips?
It's genuinely furious.
Genuinely thinks it.
How do you sleep at night? In my hotel.
OK, Rob, biggest teenage regret, what do you think?
Biggest teenage regret, new metal or curtains?
Oh, the curtains haircut.
Fat braces and asthma, the triple threat.
You had braces?
Yeah, imagine these before they got under control.
Wow.
Whipping them.
I'm just thinking of was it the same people that did HS2?
Well, yeah.
How many guys were on the job?
Well, I don't know, but they're in charge of the wall in America.
OK. Aisling, biggest teenage regret? What do you think?
I'd say a fashion mistake. It must be a fashion mistake.
Did you? What was your worst fashion faux pas in your teenage years?
Oh, I had bleach blonde hair for 10 years. Orangey bleach blonde hair.
Did you?
Yeah, that might.
We've actually got a photo.
No, you don't really. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You really
No, of
don't.
course
Do you?
Oh. OK, so biggest teenage regret. It's less to do with you, it's more to do with other people.
Oh. State of car.
What were you obsessed with?
Samantha Fox. I was obsessed with Samantha Fox.
Samantha Fox.
Well, it turns out you were barking up the wrong tree there, but God bless you.
Is it caring too much about what other people think of you?
That's exactly the right answer. Yes, the biggest teenage regret is worrying about other people's opinions. I never worry about what people think of me. If I did, I'd probably dye my hair every week and have my teeth painted white. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Biggest turn-off on a dating profile?
Favourite hobbies? Handstands. Swipe. Favourite hobbies? Cat's cradles. Swipe.
What age are the people you're meeting?
I think it's the abbreviations are confusing, isn't it? When they put like GSOH, I thought she just worked at Great Ormond Street Hospital, but...
I also think it's strange on dating profiles when people are like, don't be over 30, don't live at home with your parents, do have more than one friend that's not Rob Beckett. Like, when people put something demands on their dating profile, I sort of think, well, you know, come on, you wouldn't be here if you had loads of options.
Is that what you write back? That's...
People should tell you your heights, because there's nothing worse than going into a bar to meet someone and kind of seeing like this, where like you're kind of like, oh, that must be him. Pleased to meet you, and you're like, no way, what?
Katherine, what do you think?
I was only on them for a brief time.
Sure, let's go with that.
I can't put my own face on because I'm a television celebrity in a way. And so I put my sister's picture. She's younger than I am, but not as good looking. You don't want a picture of you that's better looking than you are, and then you're a letdown. You want a picture of you that's not as good looking and not as rich or famous, and then you walk in.
But I've met your sister, and I've got some terrible news for you.
For gays, a lot of the apps that we have in our community are things like Grindr. It's usually got a picture of a bloke with his top off, taken in his bathroom mirror, and I sort of knew it was never going to work for me when I found myself ignoring the person in the photograph and started judging him instead on the bathroom around him. Oh, dreadful grouting. I don't think we'd have anything in common at all.
Why is it called Grindr? Why don't they call it Grind Him?
Big.
It's nothing to do with the pepper.
What?
Aisling, don't be so disgusting.
That's optimistic, Aisling.
Somebody once on a dating profile tried to start a conversation with me by sending me a photograph of their arsehole. And I just responded with, what an opening!
It is weird, the stuff you get sent. I did this podcast, and a man sent me, after he listened to it, a picture of his erect penis on Instagram in a private message, and said, thank you very much, I really enjoyed listening to your podcast, and as you can see, it helped me with my depression.
See, that's the thing. We don't need to be on dating sites because we just get dick pics sliding in wherever. Instagram, Twitter, the FB, anywhere.
Yeah, this guy gets a lot of dick pics. OK, so biggest turn-off on a dating site. Well, Tom, you got very close earlier. I think Aisling sort of was closer.
Ooh, sending a picture of a penis.
I'll give you that. That's close enough. Yeah. Yes, the biggest turn-off on a dating profile is semi-naked pictures. Although, trust me, naked semi-pictures are worse. So the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. Biggest turn-off on a date.
Smelly helmet.
I was going to say birthday night outrageous.
That amazing. Well, I suppose the equivalent for boys is disco fanning.
I heard someone describe it once as being a bit gamey.
Gamey?
Not mine.
Have you ever seen The Great Wall of Vagina?
Yes.
Isn't it beautiful? It's a wonderful work of art, I think my favourite, actually, where about 70 vulvas are cast in stone.
Yes. Do you know what, Tom? If somebody had asked me to guess your favourite work of art, that would not have been in a
No, I think it's curious. I think it's because I'm so familiar with the other. I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Just he keeps on giving.
Do you know, whenever, like, because as women, we get our bits looked at all the time, don't we? Like nurses, gynecologists, fuck it, let the window cleaner have a look, everyone. Every time a nurse or a gynecologist has looked at my bits, they've told me I've got a lovely cervix. Right? Now, I don't know what that means, but I do know that in my life, I've been told my cervix is lovely way more than I've been told my face is.
Did they say that? That's a lovely one. You can eat your dinner off that.
I think it just means that it's got good blood flow and it's sort of shiny. I used to be a nurse, so you can tell, can't you?
You used to be a nurse?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. How fascinating. Have you seen a lot of them then?
Quite a lot, yeah. The most disturbing thing I've ever seen is it can happen sometimes when people get old, things get a little bit change place. I've seen a woman shit out of her vagina, that's what I've seen.
Katherine Ryan!
Look, they get what they pay for.
Yeah. That wins, that's worse than smelly helmet.
Funny story, that's how it got smelly. Thank you. No, thank you. A new low. What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you on a date, Tom?
Oh, I went to a Damien Hirst exhibition with a date, and he wouldn't go in the butterfly room.
Is that a euphemism, Tom?
No. It was this beautiful, capacious room with sugared walls, and the butterflies were flying all around us. And he darted out in acute fear.
So I went on a date once with this guy, and he had a laugh like the Count from Sesame Street.
Jimmy?
I can't have that. That would drive me mad. It's very different to yours, Jimmy.
You know what show you're on, right?
I don't normally go on dates. I just sort of start sleeping with my friends. But if a waiter or a hotel concierge calls that man Mr. Ryan, I'm just like, oh. I just start packing his bags right then and there. They call him Mr. Ryan because obviously that's the reservation, that's the credit card. He's fine with me paying for everything. But as soon as the waiter calls him Mr. Ryan, I know he's out in 3 weeks. So now I've set my Tinder perimeters to only guys called Mr. Ryan. already called that.
OK, let's get some answers on this. So, biggest turn-off on a date?
Well, I had someone burp at me on a date once.
What, as he leant in for a kiss, or just...?
No, he just wanted to be rude to me, so he burped at me.
Bad
like,
boy.
He slurped his drink, leaned back and went, ugh. Yeah, so I think the biggest turn-off on a date is probably manners.
Well, rudeness?
What, it's a kind of rudeness. What's causing the rudeness?
Oh, getting drunk.
Drunk.
Pissed. Getting drunk on a date.
That's the right answer, yeah.
Well done.
Yes, the biggest turn-off on a date is arriving drunk. In my experience, the biggest turn-off on a date is when you get back to hers and you can't wait to get her upstairs, but then it takes ages in the standard stair lift. Really kills the mood. OK, one more question. Worst thing to have tattooed on your body?
I was dating someone who got a tattoo of a girl he was cheating on me with while we were still together. Genuinely.
And when did you get suspicious?
Because he said, this is symbolic of the type of girls I used to date, and I'm not shagging any of them anymore because I'm with you. I used to live a sad life. Is the worst tattoo when a guy you're dating gets a girl he's cheating on you with tattooed on his arm while he's still dating you?
It's not, but it's the most tragic story.
Is that it?
Congratulations, you're through to judges' houses. What's the worst thing, Paisley, you've seen on tattoo fixes?
It's really, really bad now. We've had a flying vagina before, so...
Oh, what, sorry?
Tom, you would have loved it.
A flying vagina?
Yeah,
I've never seen one of those.
Yeah,
Well,
neither had I up until
there are
point.
female pilots now, Jimmy, actually.
And this was a tattoo of a black box, was it?
Am I the only tattoo person here? I've got 3.
I'm a blank canvas.
You're a blank canvas?
Yes, and sometimes if I have a potential lover and they say, have you got a tattoo? I say, yes, it's tiny. See if you can find it.
I often say it's tiny, see if you can find it, but... Lloyd, worst tattoo you could get?
Like, a lot of people get their heroes on their body, don't they? So there's a lot of people knocking about with Michael Jackson tattoos now, aren't they?
Well, you've tripped over the right answer there, I think.
Paedophiles.
No, the worst thing to have tattooed on your body is...
Celebrities.
That's the right answer.
Oh.
Yes, the worst thing to have tattooed is a celebrity's face. The winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. Best way to impress someone you fancy.
Tell them that you were completely gay until...
Come on! I'm sorry, Opie. We should have established a safe word before you came on tonight.
OK, best way to impress someone you fancy. What do you think?
Oh, it's doing a wheelie on your BMX, isn't it? What girls don't like that? 100% hit rate down a wreck, that was.
What about you, Joel?
It's the thing, isn't it? It's like, it used to be the thing where people would do chat-up lines. We don't do cheesy chat-up lines anymore, and I miss them, so I think now we should replace them with cheesy break-up lines. And just, honestly, it totally works. Just be like, hey, get your coat. You're moving out. Like, it totally works. You know, your father must be a thief, and I don't want to marry into that. Like, that's...
Did you fall from heaven? Because it looks like you landed on your nose.
Yeah.
Do loads of people fancy you, Joel, now that you're a big ITV celebrity?
This is, I mean, if I'm in a room with Ovi, nobody fancies me at all.
True story.
Basically, thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Catherine.
I've always been really lucky because usually the people I fancy are really easily impressed because I'm very attracted to stupid people. I love them. My ideal man is like a high-functioning sex toy, and I think that joke's fine for a woman to make. I mean, obviously, if a man made it about a woman, I would sign a petition, but I think it's fine. And my girlfriend's a nice blend of the genders because she smells nice and she's really stupid, but I'm very attracted to idiots, so usually I just suggest like showing them something shiny or maybe pulling a coin from behind their ear or... Yeah,
Ovi, I would take that as a personal insult to you.
Oh, no, he was on Love Island. He knows he's stupid.
There's me, Ovi. There's me. I'm sitting here thinking I reckon the meanest thing that will have been done this evening is electrocuting the girl with cerebral palsy.
There's time for them to read when they get old.
Ovi, what do you do to impress... I mean, you've been on Love Island. We know you've got game. What do you do to impress someone you fancy?
Yeah, I get to know them, innit? Everyone's different. I don't think there's, like, one answer. There's not one answer for every different woman in the world. Oh, Jesus. So you get to know them and
Oh, hold on a second. You're turning me now.
Yeah, but are you just saying that because you can't do a wheelie on a BMX? You can. If you can't, you can't. Do you know what I mean? Height isn't always your friend when you're doing tricks.
Joel, what do you think?
Sliding on your knees at a disco? Oh, fucking yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it gets all... That's all the... I go home alone.
Rosie, how do you get some?
Unfortunately, I can't use chat up lines because that would take too long. But can I just say my favourite chat up line on me was a guy came up to me in the club. And so he had seen me the week before, but heard me talking. So we spent a week at home learning sign language.
Aww.
So came back the next week to ask me out in sign language. And I just said to him, I'm not fucking dead. What a balance!
Why do you need a week to learn that and that? I think you're top three at that.
You did those in a weird order.
Yeah.
Start with that.
No, yeah, but...
Then that.
Yeah, but if you get
that.
carried away and don't give
Then
that any
that.
attention, it feels like you should at the end just to go, yeah, I know they're there. I haven't got a problem with them. They just got mixed up in the order.
I'm starting to understand why you haven't had sex for 6 months.
Yeah.
OK, so answers on this. Best way to impress someone you fancy, what do you think?
Is it buy them flowers?
Suck them off. Wear them down.
Laugh at them. Is it laugh?
How much are you sucking them off?
Kill their
There's a support group for your exes. I used to have 6 inches till I met her. Just a nubbin.
I'll give you a clue. You already have everything you need.
Be yourself.
It's the right answer.
That's good that we got the right...
Well, yes, the best way to impress someone you fancy is to be yourself. I met a very pleasant woman online, but when I went to meet her, I felt disappointed, betrayed and upset. She wasn't a pleasant young woman at all. She turned out to be a gang of vigilantes.